Are you in pain? Do you want to get rid of that pain? And do you want to get rid of that pain for good? Excellent. You may recall in the previous video that the body is an integration of a person's structure, anatomy, and function, physiology, and that if the structure of the body is compromised through overuse, injuries, or a chronic problem, for example, the function will be adversely affected in terms of joint pain and stiffness. And therein lies the issue, in that chronic problems adversely affect the function of the body, and those chronic problems are effectively chronic inflammation problems, which are traced all the way back to your diet. As chronic inflammation is caused by having too many inflammable omega-6 fatty acids in your body, as a consequence of your diet being comprised of too much processed and ultra-processed food, then it makes sense to get your omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio back into balance, so you can give your body the chance to recover, thereby reducing the chronic inflammation to help the body to start healing itself. Do you agree? Good. So by getting the pain and discomfort reduced initially, that pain and discomfort becomes more manageable. And so the process of getting your cellular health back into balance, that is, your omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio in your body, should not stop your body ridding itself of your pain and discomfort altogether. Before you find out the solutions, that is, how omega-3 fatty acids help bone, muscle and joint pain, check out an ongoing collection of news, reports, resources and courses on various health and wellness issues linked or connected with omega-3 fatty acids, providing even more solutions to all your health, wellness and fitness problems. To do so is very easy. Just take a moment to subscribe and then click the grey bell icon so you don't miss out on future uploads. And watch this video to the very end, where you'll gain access to a special report that'll put a smile back on your face. So here's what I mean about solutions such as how omega-3 fatty acids help overcome bone, muscle and joint pain. We eat too many omega-6s, and in order to reduce inflammation in our bodies, we need to eat more omega-3s and less omega-6s. Omega-6s come from cooking and vegetable oils such as corn oil, sunflower oil and so on. It's why fast food, microwave food, takeaway food, cakes, chocolates and breakfast cereals are not good for you. These items are full of omega-6s as well as containing addictive sugars. Now, as far as the bones are concerned, your bone makeup contains osteoblasts, bone builders, and osteoclasts, bone destructors. When you have inflammation in your body, the osteoclasts become more active and the osteoblasts become inactive. The omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, so you want to reduce the inflammation in your body to help support the osteoblasts to keep the bones healthy and strong. When someone has, say, osteoporosis, it means the bones are being eroded. The Google definition of osteoporosis is that it's a medical condition where the bones become brittle and fragile from loss of tissue, typically as a result of hormonal changes or deficiency of calcium or vitamin D caused by inflammation. Even before osteoporosis, someone can have osteopenia, which according to Google is the stage before osteoporosis. This is when the bone density scan shows you have a lower bone density than the average for your age, but not low enough to be classed as osteoporosis. In simple terms, the osteoclasts weaken the bones. So the obvious thing to do is bring bone density back in by feeding and stimulating the osteoblasts via the omega-3s. Now, when there is an osteoporosis problem, the obvious culprits are a lack of vitamin D or vitamin K2 or a lack of magnesium. To keep the bone strong, it's critical to keep inflammation down, because until your cellular health is back in balance and all the cell membranes are permeable, then the nutrients and goodness that you get from a healthy diet will enable the vitamin D, vitamin K2, calcium and magnesium to be absorbed and help improve the bone health. Now, bone is capable of self-repair, and to help it become stronger, it requires to be brought back to life. So this is where the osteoblasts require to rebalance with the osteoclasts. When the bones are not used, eventually they get weaker and problems like muscle atrophy and sciatica can arise. With regard to the muscles, omega-3 fatty acids help stop the wasting of muscle, and conversely it plays a role in the ability of the body to help facilitate protein synthesis, thereby building muscle. It has the ability to do this in conjunction with certain carbohydrates which help produce insulin, and with amino acids. The insulin and glucose levels in your body improve and start to work better with getting nutrients into the muscle tissue. As omega-3s help reduce inflammation, that also helps with the muscle recovery and muscle soreness. And omega-3s help to reduce the joint pain by blocking inflammation pathways in the nerve cells. So, when it comes to exercising, not only do the omega-3s help the muscles and joints, but they also help the bones and the bone strength. Remember, osteoblasts make your bones healthy and stronger, whereas osteoclasts make your bones weaker. How much of omega-3s do we need to consume to get our cellular health back in balance? Generally, it's about 500 to 2000 milligrams a day. Interestingly, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration in the US, recommend no more than 3000 milligrams per day, whilst the EFSA, the European Food Safety Authority, recommend no more than 5000 milligrams per day. As already mentioned, the World Health Organization recommend an omega-6 to omega-3 balance of 4 to 1 or less, whilst science recommends 3 to 1 or less. There are three types of omega-3 fatty acids: EPA, DHA and ALA. EPA and DHA are obtained from oily fish such as wild salmon, herring, mackerel, sardines and anchovies, and the fish obtain the omega-3s from marine algae. So for vegans this is good news, as certain types of seaweed are ideal for human consumption, as are marine algae supplements. EPA helps reduce depression and fights inflammation in your body. DHA is an important component of your skin and retina in your eyes. It's also vital for brain and cognitive development of babies and young children, helping to avoid ADHD problems in children and dementia in adults. It also has positive effects on cancers, arthritis, type 2 diabetes and other chronic illnesses and degenerative diseases. Combined, EPA and DHA make a formidable combination. ALA is obtained from leafy green vegetables such as broccoli, kale and spinach, nuts such as walnuts, and seeds such as pumpkin, chia, flax and hemp. However, a note of caution, and this also applies if you are a vegan or vegetarian. The ALA omega-3 is not efficient or sufficient for your omega-3 intake. What happens is that the body tries to convert the ALA into EPA, and so the potency is weak, hence the reason why vegans require the marine algae supplements, and is also one of the reasons why vegans have an average omega-6 to omega-3 reading of about 20 to 1. So when vegans say they're healthy, the reality is quite the opposite. This brings us on to the supplements, because there are a number of issues you need to be aware of and tricks that supplement providers play that, quite frankly, are outrageous. 1. If the fish oil product ingredients say 1200 milligrams and the EPA and DHA only show, say, 600 and 300 milligrams respectively, then you're not getting 1200 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids. You're getting only 900 milligrams. And 2. The other trick to watch out for, which in my opinion is totally outrageous, concerns the antioxidants. The classic case is where the ingredients label refers to vitamin E or tocopherol as the antioxidant. For all its benefits, vitamin E is not a proper antioxidant for omega-3 fatty acids. In this case, it's merely a preservative to keep the supplement product fresh on the shop shelf. The only type of antioxidants that protect the omega-3s from oxidizing are called polyphenols. What happens is that when fish are taken from the sea and the oil is squeezed out of them, the refining process quite rightly also takes out the heavy metals and toxins. That same process also removes the natural polyphenols, So the supplement manufacturers replace the polyphenols with vitamin E, which is not a like-for-like substitute. That's why people who've been taking so-called fish oil or omega-3 or cod liver oil supplements for many years still have an omega-3 deficiency, because those supplements start oxidizing the moment the capsule or gel or oil is ingested. What happens inside the body is that the supplement goes through the body, but the so-called protective vitamin E wears off after about 4 hours, and yet it takes the omega-3 fatty acids between 24 to 48 hours to reach the cell membranes and cells. In that time, the omega-3s are attacked by the free radicals in the body. Free radicals are oxygen-containing molecules that react with other molecules, causing chemical reactions in your body called oxidation. So, by the time the omega-3s reach your cell membranes and cells, they're ineffective. They've been oxidized/oxidated. And the public have been hoodwinked into thinking they're doing the right thing and taking care of their health. The big question then is, how do you find out what your and your clients and patients' omega-6 to omega-3 ratio balances are? This can be achieved by taking a simple dry blood test that anyone can take in the comfort of their own home or in your clinic by depositing 2 drops of blood onto a card and then sending it off in a small sealed envelope to an independent laboratory. You can then access the results about 2 weeks later on a designated website using your unique ID number. There's no need to give your personal details, the results are anonymous, and only you and the client or patient have access to the results. Summing up then, reduce chronic inflammation in your body by getting your cellular health, i.e. your omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio in balance, that is 3:1 or less, so that you reduce the osteoclast activity in the bones whilst boosting the osteoblast activity, thereby improving bone health and strengthening your bones. Now do you see how omega-3 fatty acids play a vital role in helping people keep their chronic inflammation in check, and how omega-3 fatty acids help bone, muscle and joint pain? This brings us on to the third principle of osteopathy, of the body being its own medicine chest, which again is true up to a point, as will be explained and shared in the next video. To begin the journey of getting your cellular health back into balance and your chronic inflammation under control, click on the URL link in the description box below this video. Complete the short questionnaire and then hit the start button. Finally, don't forget to click on the special report link in the description box below this video to get access to omega-3 fatty acids, the missing solution to your bone, muscle and joint pain. And now, here's the boring but very essential bit. Kindly note, the content of this video does not constitute medical advice in any shape or form and has been created for passive informational purposes only. End of boring but very essential bit. Many thanks for watching this video. In the meantime, and until the next video is released, bye for now.